creatively faithful friends. This is Teresa. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for this video today. I was going to do a face-to-face video for part of it, but I realized, I just need to show you the whole game. So you're not going to see my face until the second part of the video when I show you all the books. So I have thought about this game for I don't know how long. It is called hashtag, and I know these letters are small. These are the only letters that I had that was kind of coffee colored that also had a hashtag. So it's called hashtag coffee and books. So this is my TBR for the month of March. So I'm so excited. So I've got some die here. I am going to explain everything for the game, and then we'll decide which die we're going to use. But first, I need to count how many spots there are. So hold on just a second. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, there's 18 spots. So I am going to use a 12-sided die. And the first thing we're going to do is do this. This is my token that I will use to go around the board with. It's a little silver coffee cup. So I'm going to put that at the coffee shop. We'll explain in a second. And then these little books and coffees things. I don't want to do rewards or punishments for a book or for the game. So what I'm going to do, because all of my books are really possibilities. I might get to them. I might not. I never know. I am going to use these things for rewards on if I land on that, I get to collect that. And this equals dollars. We'll talk about the dollar amount in a minute. And I will keep these, I will tabulate this. I will keep this as a note on my phone probably, and tabulate at the end of the game how much money I have. And I am going to make myself, in my cash stuffing, I'm going to make myself a special envelope that is for the TBR game. And when I put the money in there, and we'll see at the end of 3 months how much money I have. Okay, so let's roll to see where we're going to put these. So on number 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that one's going to go on 7. And if I roll the same number again, we'll just that's either a 6 or a 9. So I am going to put a book on 6. The 9 has the same little dot on it. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. We'll put another coffee there because I have more coffees than I have books. So one's going to be one amount and the other one's going to be a different amount. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8. 9, 10. And 7. Oh, we'll need to roll again. 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've got one on 12 as well. We got one on 11. 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I don't want one on 9. That one can't be. Oh, got one on 10. 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. So now let's explain the rest of the game. Okay. So these images right here correspond with these cards. These cards are library list number 2, book number 16. Or so that's the format of that stack of cards. A library list, and then it tells what list it is and what books they are. On my library account, I have a whole ton of lists and have books in them, of books that I want to read, because if you're familiar with my channel, I don't keep a home library, so I use my physical library, and I use my Kindle library, my Kindle, which I just got for Christmas. I wanted to do this game last summer, but it has just taken a long time, and it's a good thing because I didn't have a Kindle. So, so that's what these images correspond with this stack. And then these images, this one and this one, oh, there's only 2 for that one, correspond with this. Oh, no, and this one correspond with this stack of cards. The words correspond with this stack of cards because I didn't have any die cuts that went with this paper pad that I use to back my things with. So, so if it's a word, it goes with that one. And let's see. Oh, this one goes with that one as well. So then the next one is if it's kind of like some of these that are pink, it goes with this stack of cards, which I do only have 2 of those. I should have 3 of those, but I think I'm only seeing 2. Okay. And then we did this stack of cards. We did this with these 2 stack of cards. This, one of them is a harder prompt and one of them is an easier prompt. This one, but first coffee, means pull from the easier one. This coffee bag with the macaron set means pull from the harder one. And then this coffee warms the soul means that I have to go back to the start. That's why I didn't want any money on that one. I have to go back to the beginning of the game because I have to go back to the coffee shop and get another coffee. So we're going this way, and we turn and go this way, and then we turn and we go this way, and then we land at the library. I know it's kind of a bookstore, but I covered up store with the coffee pot, and so I'm going to say that it's the library. So that's my game. So let's get started. Oh, no. Before we go, I'm going to say that the coffee things are worth $3 and the books are worth $5. So if I get a coffee thing, $3, a book thing, $5. Okay? All right, so let's go. Let's see, what die do we want to use? And I'm probably use a different die every time because I just got this set of dies. I think they're awesome. Okay, so let's go. Oh, let me make sure I know which are the. Oh yeah, this is the not so great stack, the harder stack, and this is the easier stack. So this one goes with the flowers, and this yellow one goes with that one. Okay, let's go. Okay, we have a 9. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to roll again because I don't want to go all the way to 9 at the beginning of the game. Okay. It's all right. Oh. Heavens. Let's use this die. I wanted to use a funny shape die, but this one only has 1, 3, 2. Oh, it has all 5 and 6. Okay, so we're going to use this die. 5. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The words are from here. So these cards are, this stack of cards are recommendations from booktubers that I watch. So this is from Katie, from Paperbacks and Ponytails, To Catch a Coronet by Grace Hitchcock. So that's book number 1 on my TBR for March. Okay. And 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I have a book, and there's this one. And this is a library list number 2, book 16. We'll figure out what that is. And we have $5. Oh, that didn't roll very well. 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We have $8. And this was the easier prompts. Yep. This is okay. A book that the author uses initials. So we'll have to find a book either on my Kindle or in the library that the author uses initials. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another library book. Library list number 1, book 12. 1. Okay, then we have from the harder one. An animal on the cover. Goodness, that one is kind of hard. Okay, now to get to the end, if I roll more, because it's 2 spots to get to the end. Actually, 3 spots. This, and then the library. So if I roll more than a 3, I have to roll again. I have to roll a 1, 2, or a 3. If I roll more, I have to roll again. 5, I have to roll again. 5, have to roll again. Oh goodness, this, I don't know if, I might need to change that one. 1, 2, okay. So this one is, this stack is a list of prompts. A book on display at the local library. So that means I have to actually physically go into the library, not only to pick up my books, but to pick out a book that's on display. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 books on our TBR. Now, we don't have to roll a 1. I'm going to say, well, I guess we're at the end because, well, I did roll a 1. So now I am at the end. So we have 6 books on our TBR. And then I will be right back to let you know what those books are, what books I'm going to use. We got $8 this month. And finally got my hashtag coffee and books game going. I'm so excited. So I'll be right back as soon as I figure out my books. And then I'll also let you know the books I am going to read for my annual readathons. I am not participating in any, or for my annual readathons, but I'm not participating in any monthly readathons this month. It's for March. So I'll be right back. Hello, my creatively faithful friends. I hope that you enjoyed the little game that I played. I had so much fun playing that game. I've had that idea in my head for months. So anyhow, I am going to tell you the books that I have on my TBR, and then I will go into the annual TBR, or the annual readathons that I'm participating in. I hope that this angle isn't too odd. I wanted you to be able to see all the books. If you're new to my channel, remember I don't keep a physical library at home. I have a few little books, these 2 and 1 more, and then the books that I have read go somewhere else. So anyhow, let's get going. So On the first roll, I did, I got this pattern that goes with those die cuts on the game, and I explained the game in the beginning of the video. And so I got Katie from, it was a booktuber recommendation, and I got Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails. I will link her channel down below. And the book that I've got is To Catch a Coronet by Grace Hitchcock. I had to request that for interlibrary loan, so that is on its way to me, hopefully on Monday. And so that is what I will be reading for that. I'll have the cover up right here. Then my next book, my next roll, was a library list, and I explained in the game that I have a whole bunch of different library lists. I realized that I needed to clean them up a little bit since I did that months and months ago when I thought I was going to get this game rolling. So I had to clean them up a little bit. So it kind of was, I had to kind of search to see which book this was. But it was on my Christmas list, and I had 2 Christmas lists, so I combined them. My husband and I went somewhere, so I sat in the car and, fixed the list. But anyhow, this was, before I fixed it, book 2, or list number 2, book number 16, and it's The Christmas Light by Donna Van Leary. And I had this on my Christmas TBR. I had checked it out at Christmas time, and if you don't remember, or if you remember, I was in a major reading slump in the month of December and did not get to a whole lot of Christmas books. So I put it as a goal to read a Christmas book every single month this year. So far, I have done that. The next book is, I got the harder prompt, or is this the easier one? I don't remember. Author uses initials, and it is, I went and looked in my library at different things, all my different lists, and I had this book called The Queen's Vow, and it is by C.W. Gortner. And some of these are, let me give you a disclaimer here. Some of these are secular books, and if they do not meet my standards of what I like to read in a book, then I immediately DNF them. So I'll report back at the end of the month. So that was Author Uses Initials. Then I kind of lost, I don't know what happened to it. I kind of lost the slip for this one. So I was a huge fan of this back in the day, and I kind of want to finish. But I know that this came out recently. Let's see when it came out. In 2020, and I didn't realize that a new book had come out, and another new one is coming out this month. So this prompt said an animal on the cover, so I actually have 3 choices. We'll see which one I end up reading. So I picked up The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. It's part of the Hunger Games series, and it has a bird on the cover and a snake. So I must be into birds, because the next book, when I went into the library, one of the next prompt, I had to go into the library and actually look around, and I found this one from the next one, and so it fit this prompt, so I didn't put it into the the other one that I'll share in just a second. So this one is The Yellowbird Sings, and it is by Jennifer Rossner. Sorry, I haven't been saying the authors. So I might try that book out. And then the other book that I might have is, well, let me get my phone because I've got it written on my phone. And A Forest of Stolen Memories, and that's on my Kindle. I'll have it right here. It was on my February TBR for the Once Upon a February, and I did not get to that book. So, so that's that book. Oh, and I forgot one. This library list, book 1, library list number 1, book 12. I had to put a hold on it, and it was from another library within our system, so it'll come like Monday or Tuesday. And it is Authentically Izzy by Pepper Basham, and so I've got it right here. And that was the first. Immediately when I saw that it was the first one, because I know that one has 3 books in that little series. And I went to look to see, is that the first book in the series? Because I didn't want to pick up a book that was the second book in the series or the third book in the series and have to add 2 more, because I really already had enough. So anyhow, it's the first book in the series. So I will be reading that, and I put it right here. And then the last one from my game was a book on display at your local library. And when I was browsing at the local library, I don't normally go in and browse, and I normally put my books on hold, and then either I or my husband just go into the desk and pick them up and get them out. Mainly because I don't have the stamina to walk around the library and browse. So anyhow, I got 4 books. 2 of them I know are Christian fiction. One of them I'm not sure. It could be. Oh, it does say on the back it is. So 3 of them are Christian fiction. One of them probably is not. So anyhow, I got Wildwood Creek by Lisa Wingate. And this is kind of a mystery. I don't know. I don't like reading the backs of the books. Tell me if you would prefer I read the backs of the books to you. And then this one was another one that I picked up that was on display, and it's One Wrong Move by Dani Petrie. She is one of the authors that I have not set this reading journal up yet, but I plan to have a supplemental reading journal to where I put all my reading challenges in. And instead of having 25 books in 2025, I plan to have 25 authors in 2025, since I'm fairly new to this author or Christian fiction booktube. I just got back into reading again heavily last year, so I have been turned on to all kinds of Christian fiction authors that I didn't know existed. So I've been wanting to try her, so she'll fit one of those little spots there for 25 and 2025. So Dani Petrie, if I get to it. Now, I do want to say that there's no way I'll read all of these books. They are just possibilities. That's why I said at the beginning of the game I didn't want reward or punishments, because I just don't want to punish myself if I don't get to all of the books. That to me, that puts a damper on it, and I need to stay motivated to do this. So that's why I came up with actually Katie helped me come up with well, what about giving yourself rewards if you land on it? So, and I like that idea. So the next one is, and I kind of liked the cover. I thought the cover was beautiful. I did read the back of it. it kind of sounded okay, but we'll see. This book is called Lightning in Her Hands, and it is by Raquel Vasquez Gilliland. So we'll see how that does have a witch in it. I don't really care for books that, but we'll see. I was hesitant about that one, but it intrigued me. And then the last one, I do know my friend Lou from Christian Faith and Fiction read this last year during our Beaches and Books readathon, and this is another one of my authors I was putting on the 2025 author list, and this is Low Country Lost by T.I. Lowe, and so I hope to read that one. And then, okay, so then here are the annual readathon books. I have had this book since November, and so it is from for Chantel's Read Your Bookshelf, and this one did come from my bookshelf. I had this book since November, and I wanted to wait until it got closer to the next one releasing. So I am going to finally get to Across the Ages by Gabriel Meyer. So that is what I'm reading there. And then the next one, I also had to request. I don't remember if I did this from interlibrary loan or if it was just within our library. This one's on the Kindle. For Amanda's Southern Comfort annual Southern Comfort readathon. It's had to be multi-generational, and it's called Until We Reach Home. And again, I'm so sorry I did not write the author, but it'll be right here so you can see it. And then my readathon, the Cozy Readathon, you had to have the third book on your TBR stack. And the third book in my TBR stack, the one from my game that weren't for the annual readathons, was the Authentically Izzy. So I'll plug that one into that slot. And then for Katie's Paperbacks and Ponytails Princess Brideathon, I was going to do a borrowed book and a Kindle book. I'll probably do, those two prompts, but I want all my books to be different on these annual readathons. I don't want to plug the same book into the same spot, into multiple spots. So, for the Kindle book, I am going, and I had already chosen and picked this out. I'm so excited about this. I am going to read The Fur Traders by Gabriel Meyer. And that is also the Christian Fiction Book Club pick of the month. And we're reading that together and having a chat about it at the end of the month. So I have a picture of it right here so you can see that. And then the last annual readathon that I am participating in is called, it's Cat Stories, and it's a biblical fiction retelling. And so I have also been reading the Bible, so I'll be reading First Chronicles. And I Googled, what characters, because I was in the car, didn't have access to one of my Bibles. I Googled what characters are in First Chronicle, or biblical characters are in First Chronicles. And then I Googled what kind of books they are. And I found a fabulous website. I will link it down below, and it will help you if you are interested in a biblical fiction book for those kinds of things. So I will link that website down below. I don't remember the name of it right now, but so I do have it for you to link it to you. And the person that put out this blog post has a whole big huge chart that you can take a look at. So anyhow, it's called Gods and Kings, and I'm reading it on the Kindle. And again, I am so sorry. I did not, I think it's by Misu Andrews. I could be wrong, but it'll be right here. So, there you go. I'll try and get better about that. I kind of tend to, I'm trying to get it all down and not be typing so much. And, so, all right. And the last book is I Am a Patreon for Katie, Paperbacks and Ponytails. And our book club pick for March is The Warsaw Sisters by Amanda Barrett. And I've never read from her either, and she was on my list. I already had this list of 25 authors in 2025 that I wanted to do. I already had the list of authors, so I'm not just making things up. So The Warsaw Sisters is that book club pick. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 15 books on my TBR. But like I said, they're pile of possibilities. I will definitely make sure I read the book club picks. Definitely read those two, and try to get through as many others as I can. And then I had requested these from the library, and they were, when I went today, they had come in. I don't remember who suggested this book, but it's called Plot Twist by Bethany Turner. I think that was one of our choices for the book club pick with Katie, and I wanted to make sure. One of them I couldn't get at all, so I was hoping that one didn't win. And so I requested both of them, and I'm pretty sure it was this one. So I don't know if I'll be able to get to that one or not. And then this one just intrigued me when I was searching the library. It's called Maya and Natasha, and it is a book about in World War II. During the height of the Cold War, and they're both ballerinas, and you can only go two people from the same family cannot leave and go to the United States together. And there was an opportunity for them both. They both danced for a company, and there was an opportunity for them to go, but both of them couldn't go, so they had to make a choice. So that really intrigued me. So I don't know what I'll get to. I hope I'll get to a lot more. This month I did pretty well. I'll have my wrap up probably next week when I do my when I set up my reading journal for March. And so that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the game. Please let me know if you want that game to stick around rather than switch off every single month. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.